What's going on, everybody? My name is C4. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're here for episode 5 of our College Football 25 Dynasty with Florida International, aka Vice U. Last season, our first year with Florida International, it came down to the wire for us to get our 4 wins. 4 wins was the target to not get fired, and it came down to the last week for us to finish the year 5-7. We still have that 4-win goal, and we hit it with our first 4 games, which were not cookie-cutter games, but also not necessarily the toughest stretch of our season here. Our 4-0 start, looking at our schedule, I mean, with the context of our team, we're not bad. 81 overall, yeah, we're only 1.5-star prestige. We're working on it, but the talent that we were able to acquire through the portal from our first recruiting class, we're a competitive team in the CUSA. So we beat Temple in Philly. We beat Florida Atlantic for our first little, we're starting to make some waves amongst the Florida schools. We beat FCS, and we got a shutout on the road at Hawaii, which is always a tough road game. But I would say, looking at this, I mean, Temple's 2-3 now. Florida Atlantic still looking for their first win. Hawaii's 1-4. That is a stretch that it was almost expected that we would start 4-0. Looking at the rest of the schedule this season, I mean, UTEP, that's how we're starting today. Should be winnable. Liberty's going to be very tough, ranked, undefeated. Kennesaw State's 3-1. Jacksonville State's 3-1. Wesky's 4-1. 3-2 for New Mexico State. Middle Tennessee is 4-1. So that is very much the meat grinder portion of the schedule. At least we can look towards UTEP as, let's stack our wins early before the schedule gets real tough. And I think getting that 5th win is going to be very important, especially because I think week 8, 9, 10, 11 is going to be very difficult. A lot of teams stepping up in the CUSA here in year 2. If you missed the last episode, we have a brand new starter, our freshman quarterback that we recruited. It's nice starting to get our guys on both offense and defense, and Henderson has yet to throw an interception, which I know I just freaking jinxed that, but he's been very efficient throwing the football and has offered us great mobility as a true dual threat. We have Keon Owens, the senior, was a 1,000-yard rusher as a junior during year 1. Thought about entering the transfer portal. We were able to convince him to stay, and he is well on pace to getting 1,000 yards in back-to-back seasons. Receiving, we have a deep threat from our freshman class. Only a 65 overall. Don't let that fool you. 97 speed, and the shot play has been working against some of these smaller schools that don't have the athletes on the outside. I know that's going to change eventually, and that is where we have, Traylon Ray, who we got in the portal. Rivers, who was our leading receiver a year ago. These guys are going to have to step up. Defensively, we have Keon Keeley, our big gem that we were able to land in the transfer portal. This is a former 5-star recruit from the University of Alabama. He was the number 3 overall prospect in his recruiting class. Leaves Alabama, and through 4 games, 7 TFL, 7 sacks for Florida International. He is playing absolutely out of his freaking mind. We have Allen, who's another player from the portal, 2.5 sacks up there. Hastings, the Canadian transfer, has a 1.5 from the interior of the line. Interceptions are a work in progress, but I think it's inevitable that those numbers are going to continue to be on the rise. But I'm very happy with where our team is at this 4-0 start. Our recruiting board is coming along nicely. I think we're getting to a spot here, probably over the next week or 2, that we can get into wave 2 of our recruiting board. Our initial board will start to set. We have some players here. Tompkins is set to commit any day. The 3-star gem wide receiver Falk set to commit at any day. Longacre on the O-line. We have Kitchings. We have Bland. We have Abraham, which is going to be a tough one between us and Troy, but he's getting pretty close to commit. So I think we're at, Fosha. We have Sharf. All these guys within, I'm expecting, we got this week and next week. They're going to be signing on, so that is going to add a lot more clarity and give us a lot more hours to kind of double back in and see what kind of 3s, what kind of 4s. I mean, one of the cooler things that does happen in College Football 25 as it relates to recruiting is, we set the kind of not really have house rules where I want players that are interested in our school. And I think right now, sometimes we do rebuilds, sometimes we do dynasties, and that is the rule. If a player is not showing any interest in our program, I can't go after them. I don't really have that house rule in effect here for this series, but the reality is we don't have enough hours to really chase those players right now that have 0 interest in our school. We kind of have to go after guys that want to be a part of our project. But one thing that is cool is at no point did I have a 4-star that was interested. And it doesn't look like we have any yet. But there will be some times that if you just win throughout the season, you'll have a 4-star that out of the blue will randomly put you in their top 10 of schools. So that is something we're always going to keep an eye on. But I am excited to hopefully get some more clarity. Check off a couple names on this target list so that we can have more hours and start going back into the recruiting cycle and add even more talent to the squad. So now that the groundwork has been laid, it is time to look at a game that we got to consider looking at our schedule as not a must-win, but almost one we need to bank ahead of this tough stretch coming up against UTEP. Personally, my channel, myself on Twitter X, has gone through it with UTEP in the past. For those of you who don't know, Aaron Jones, star running back, formerly the Packers, now the Vikings, big fan of my channel. There was an altercation. There was some back and forth between myself and his teammates at UTEP, his brother at UTEP. We don't need to go into it, but since then I've held a grudge. And anytime I go up against UTEP, I want to run the score up, and that is exactly what we're going to do here today. I want to win by 50. Let's go. We're busting out the Vice U unis. And much like last episode, you'll always get offense gameplay because we are an offensive-minded head coach as P.L. Mullins. I play defense until I get sick of it, which often happens pretty early, but I love being able to use your Keon Keeley. 7 sacks and counting, former 5-star recruit. So we'll see. We'll give it a try here against UTEP. Not a situation we like getting into, but 3rd and long in the rain. Let's see what kind of speed UTEP has in their secondary. Ray, Cage, 2 newcomers to the program. We'll tuck and run with header shot. 95 speed. Actually, no. 95. I think he has 95 acceleration and like 88 speed. But either way, that burst is all you need. Go to Rocky Beers and he gets stall out. Give me that. How are we? This is why I don't play defense. That's pick 6. That's my best player. That's my highest rated player. Third and 4. Come on. 2 drop picks on the opening drive. Why are we letting them? See, look, I'm done. I'm done. Defense, you just done. I'm gonna lose I'm gonna get too angry. I tried. Maybe next week. Maybe we'll start next week and we'll see if these guys want to play a little defense. That is unbelievable. 2 drop picks, and on 3rd down, my linebacker doesn't move. Best of luck, fellas. UTEP scores on their opening drive. I'll tell you what, though. UTEP, our team is asleep right now. UTEP has come to play. They're embarrassing us on defense. Opening drive. Their defense is playing incredibly sticky coverage that we're only winning, and we're only even moving the football because we have a beast of an athlete at quarterback. No one's getting open. Wow, looking for a completion here. Let's get something easy. There we go. Love seeing it. Go to Rivers. Go to the reliable wide receiver 1 from a year ago. 2nd and 6. We got an option route here out of the backfield to Owens. Rocky Beers, middle of the field. I really do like going to this play because Owens has some outstanding receiving ability for a 80 overall running back. He's like one of those guys, he's an 80 overall running back, and if I moved him wide receiver, I think he goes at like an 82. Oh, what's this going to be holding? Yep. What is it? Another hope. 2 back-to-back, huh? Go to Rivers, gets smashed. But there we go. At least we have a man's. Well, we got a slants here. 3rd and goal on the 6. And honestly, this is our 2nd drive, and we're almost at the end of the 1st half. We might have to consider going for this on 4th down. Psych! Ooh, that's a 5th rushing touchdown for the freshman. Does it himself. And he got moves. All right, let's see. You know what? Holding calls. Tough run defense. We haven't really asked any questions in regards to the speed. Because we don't got prolific speed. Our wide receiving core is not my dream core yet. But we got enough speed that we can win with speed like we just saw there. Hell yeah, man. Let's be aggressive. Great ball. 3rd and inches. We're going to go direct snap Keon Owens. It's been one of our most reliable plays all season long. Able to get to the 2nd level. Getting goal. Let's see if we get this. Keon Owens blocking well on the inside. And he's able to punch it in as the Vice U gets a touchdown lead here. I mean, it's a rain game. It's not going to be pretty as defense gets us another stop. 3rd and 3 could be in another 4-down situation. I think that's a little long for a field goal if we don't get it. But no worries. Keon Owens is just going to, with that run, go over 100 yards. We've yet to be stopped on a QB sneak with Hendershot. And that streak's now freaking over. Luckily, the defense shuts up shop. No style points awarded today, but 14-10. We're able to get by. I think Keon Owens is probably going to get player of the game here. Man, that could have just as easily been a loss as it was a win. Give credit where credit's due. Defense took my rage to heart, and they played well as Davis, Carter, and Keeley. 3 sacks and only 10 points allowed. Huge performance. Expectations this week, we're going to get quite a few commits. We got Kitchings at center. Abraham at linebacker. That was a tough one because Troy was right with us on that recruiting cycle. Fausha at corner. Sharf at free safety. So with that and no L's, gives us a lot more hours here. This is a big one. Battle of the undefeateds. 10 ranked Liberty. 5-0, 2-0 in the conference against the hot start FIU Panthers. 5-0, undefeated in the conference. This could be our first claim if we handle business here at a ranking. And also, if it's a loss, there's going to be fraud alert memes all over X posted about Vice U. We'll say trying to scout a little bit. Box score stout Liberty. Don't really have much of note on the defense. No premier pass rusher. No premier ball hawk. They have 2 top 5 wide receivers in the conference. Reese Smith, 420 and 4. Victor Jones at wideout, almost 400 yards, 6 touchdowns. The run game's not crazy, but the run game and pass game all go through Caden Salter, who is far and away the highest overall player in the conference. 15 touchdowns, 2 picks, 95 overall. See what we can do against him. Keon Keeley, see what he can say about that. And it's not a rain game. Okay. Eliminate a little bit of the RNG there. And with the meow. First play, get him off center. He throws a duck. Come on, let's punish him. Punish him with a pick. Come on, Keon. Bring a blitz. See the heat. See how he handles the heat. 95 overall. Like, this is one of those ones, you give your prep talk to your team. You say, there's going to be a lot of NFL scouts looking at Caden Salter. You want to pop on tape. You want to be the guy that's like, who the hell is this guy at FIU? Making plays. Huh? Each one of these guys, terrific opportunity to increase their draft profile. If you shut down Caden Salter, one of the best quarterbacks, highly regarded quarterbacks in college football. There we go. He had something there. Like we bend, don't break, get the ball back. It's going to be a balanced one now that it's not raining. Definitely think we can rely and show off the arm talent of Henderson a little bit more. But let's not confuse ourselves. This is a game that we are not as talented as Liberty. So we got to find a way just to get the ball in our playmakers' hands early and often. Don't they want to go undefeated? Don't they want a college football playoff aspirations? You have a generational quarterback. And we're going to come here and play spoiler. There we go. Good run. Good first throw. I do think we need to up our aggressiveness here a little bit. Not settle for field goals. That's not going to work. I imagine it's going to be pretty inevitable that they're eventually going to figure it out on offense. Oh. Well, there's our first. I mean, I don't hate that, man. I think that was more a great play by the Liberty DB than it was a bad throw, bad decision. Had our guy corner of the end zone. Throw on the run. I mean, a little bit behind, I guess. Get out of here. Again, like to see a sense of aggressiveness, especially when we just watched Liberty be aggressive and go for a pick and get it, but great stand by the defense. Bails us out after the interception. Like that. Will we take that shot if we already threw a pick? Probably not. Freshman to freshman. Meow. We go Keon Owens. Big run gain of 12. See if we can punch this one in. Not have to put this one in the air. Oh, we're close. First and goal on the 1, huh? Do I have a play for this situation? Now, the sneak didn't work last week. Luckily, it didn't come back to bite us in the ass. Probably had a good week of practice working on the sneak to make sure that it still stays at a high level. Why are we getting stopped? Go again. Come on. Touchdown 6 for our quarterback. And we got the lead over number 10 team in the nation. And we missed the extra point. Great. Okay. Watch the play action. Get home. Come on, we brought the blitz. You gotta get home. You can't let him catch it in double coverage either. Hits the spin move against Dwight Freeney. The defense bends, does not break 4th and 2, and we force another punt. We'll just test him with speed again. 3rd and 15, cage is where we're going to be looking. Hopefully that safety contemplates life for a second and we can get a step. Oh, he's coming. Let's go! All right, they're going. No huddle. Hasn't really worked. 3rd and 8. Healy knows he can win. Look at that, man. Get that shit out of here. Punt. What a ball. Why are they bringing the safety? They bring the safety. I'm testing 97 speed every single time. Oh, there they go. You know, they were, yeah, you know, they were going to get theirs. I'm glad it happens when we're already up 20. Oh, I get something here on the scramble. Get out of bounds. God damn it. I mean, we got timeouts. Oh, that's what we need. Just go down, kid. Work on that slide. 37-yarder. Pressure's on. This is going to be a huge 3. That looks good to me. And it's good for 3. Here we go. Keon Owens out the backfield, breaking ankle, and in to Liberty territory. Can't even get it off. Yeah, that's the state of our kick game, man. Like one. Honestly, I think we go for it. Our punter sucks, so they're probably going to get the ball in the 20. So we're dealing with 17 yards here. Even a completion, arm punt this. Even arm pump it! Hat trick for the freshman! 65 overall, they said. Obviously, the best wide receiver in the conference. Here we go. Bring him down. Keon Keeley gets the sack. Might have shared that with Walls either way. Huge play. Look, get in his face. No, we got taste of our own medicine. I'm shocked more teams aren't targeting that. We got slow, not great corners for the most part. Oh, there we go. Jefferson, the freshman. 91 speed. Get something quick. The Rivers in the middle. Honestly, like, we treat those like run plays. That's like the high percentage. Get the clock going. Run with a little momentum. That sets up first and goal. Can Keon Owens punch it in? And he is in. And I don't think there's going to be any Salter heroics because the Liberty defense has been embarrassed today. Oh. This is why. This is why we do what we do when we get on offense. Make those plays, they're meaningless. They're garbage time. Oh, add another drop pick to the chart. Brings up 3rd and long, 4-down territory plus for Liberty. And you know, they think they got a chance after that 3-and-out they pretty much forced of us. We didn't chew up much clock. And then we're just going to hit them with... Brutal, man. Brutal! And we've been able to do it. We went from, I'm pretty sure I'm getting fired multiple times, year 1, to an undefeated start, upset over the number 10 team, the best team in the conference, and we got the passing. Maybe throwing that interception, which again, I think that was much more a great play by the DB than it was a bad throw. But getting that pick out of the way, ripping that Band-Aid off, opened up the aggressiveness on the offense to hit on those deep threats. And luckily, our defense couldn't screw us over with this one. And that's probably the biggest FIU win ever. Biasedly. I mean, let's appreciate everything that happened. I mean, defense still made some good plays. But we got 3 touchdowns, 287, and the 1 pick on Hendershot. We ran for 133 yards from Keon Owens. Hendershot made some plays with his legs. 4 total touchdowns on the day. Receiving, we knew he had speed, but Cage absolutely owned his matchup. 187, that's what they call him over the police scanners after that performance. 3 touchdowns. Rivers reliable, 3 of those 5 catches were probably on 3rd down for 1st downs. And defensively, got a couple half sacks there, getting after it. Can't believe, 2 or 3 drop picks on the day. Some burnt coverages. But luckily the offense said, and FIU is looking at their 1st ranking in ever. According to this, FIU has never been ranked 0 times at any point. Okay, let's see what happens. We got our 3-star jet wide receiver Falk signing on. We got some help on the O-line there out of Pennsylvania. Lawrence Stephen. We got Avery Blanche. So, I mean, we are going to have a lot more hours that we're going to be able to work with here going forward. But did we get ranked? We just, I don't want to say dismantled. Yes! FIU is ranked for the first time in school. We're following the Coach Prime trajectory. Year 1 Coach Prime at Colorado. Started some good, some bad. You wonder if it's going to work out. But year 2, 1 another full season of getting these guys. And we see Colorado right now be one of the best teams in the Big 12. What are we seeing? Year 2, FIU. We got our guys. Not all of our guys. But we're starting to get enough that we can work with it. 6-0, 1st ranking in school history. We get Player of the Week. Byron Cage, 5 catches, $187, hat trick. I don't think we're going to be able to top that win over Liberty here today. I'd rather not play Kennesaw. What if we lose, upset? It's going to be kind of a flat ending. So I think that's how we're going to wrap up today's episode. Next episode, we might, depending on how things go, do a full push to finish the regular season. Could also maybe split that up into 2. Don't know yet, but I think with our biggest win all season, the biggest win in school history, that is how you cap things off. So thank you guys very much for tuning into another episode of our Vice U Dynasty here in College Football 25. As always, if it's your first time stop by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, as we've recently hit our goal, our first goal of many, of hitting 175,000 subscribers here on the channel. Now is the big push to 200,000. That's like another area code of YouTuber. Like now I don't really brag to people, but once you get 200, like, oh, you got a YouTube channel, how many subs? 200,000, they think you're a little bit of a big deal. So it'd be pretty cool to hit that before, I die, which would be awesome. But that would have been it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out, love ya. Have a good one.